Hello, Divine Ones. This is Fairy Dust 1111, and thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, so you guys, I wanted to jump on real quick because I know I've been mentioning about showing some of my manifestation techniques, and I have some ones that you may have heard of, as well as some ones that I have never heard of anyone else doing, and God just gave them to me to do. But I will share those ones a little later. But right now, I just wanted to share. One is it's a technique that you may have heard of, like vision board. However, this isn't. At the time, for those that may have not known, that I was actually displaced from out of my home due to a home fire earlier this year. Actually, was on the blue full moon, January 31st, and so I actually had a mobile altar. I'll share that with you. That was another manifestation technique. And then just like last month, I was looking at a video about vision boards, and I've heard of them before. And so being that I didn't really have a space to really, hang, I could, but I didn't want to like actually display, the things in which I wanted to manifest. And so God gave me the mind to actually do it inside of my planner. And this could be actually something that someone else has already done, but I just haven't seen it. So I'm going to actually back up, and I'm going to show you from last month. So it was maybe about the second week, first or second week of last month. And so I was like in a little funky mood, and then I started watching videos, and then it was about vision boards, and then so I was like, well, you know what, I can do it in my planner. And so within 2 days of me actually doing this, I was able to manifest like two things from off of this. The first being that I was able to manifest a house. Now, it didn't look like this, and it still does not look like this. Not as of yet. But I was able to manifest actually a house. And what was the other thing? Who is the other thing? Oh, you know what? I don't even remember. Oh, well, I didn't reach actually 5,000 subscribers. I'm almost to 5,000 subscribers. So just by this visualization right here, I was able to actually amp up the subscribers that I attracted. And I think that's sort of kind of it. Oh, and communication. Positive communication with my divine masculine. So actually we hadn't spoke before for like maybe about almost 3 months, two to 3 months. And so initially when we first spoke again, it was pretty positive. And then the last two conversations before like present day, it wasn't the best, but it was during the purge. So it was good to clear out that, flush that negative type of energy out. I would more so say, transformative type of energy out. And so basically I was able to manifest two of the things off of, well, almost about 2.5. Okay, so I'm going to actually bring this one up, and I'm gonna go over some of the details, some of the things what I would like to manifest, and actually just a few things so to give you these ideas. So also let me say this, like this is like a law of attraction type of tool, and words, you know how they say words are so very powerful, but visions and feelings, well, first visions are even more powerful, and then go a step beyond that is actually the emotions. You know how I speak in the readings about how you take your emotions and you're able to magnetize and manifest with your emotions. And so this is the reason why this is so important, to actually go and search for these images, to cut them out physically, or either you could do a digital one, putting it all together as a collage. And because of the energy in which you're putting into it, and also the visualization, connecting not just with the words, but also the images and the emotions that you're putting into actually laying these out, and the way how you feel when you're laying them out, the way how you feel when you actually look at this, is help magnetizing these things towards you. Okay. And so here I'm just going to go over just a little bit, and I'm trying to adjust. Hold on, let me adjust this just a little bit. I'm using my little table right now instead of the big one because I don't have a light on there. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, the number 777. I also use numbers too. With each one of my manifestations, I have a number code or sequence. And so therefore, this is another video I'm gonna have to do, explaining what, like with the numbers and how the numbers and also images, you know, that you associate with the numbers can help magnetize and manifest things in your 3D existence. And it also will help you maybe even be able to recognize how quickly the things are coming into your life. Okay, so the number 777, you know, that's already about divine, divine, celestial, and angelic communication. And so I have I dream and, you know, spirit. And with that is more of magnetizing and bringing more of divine communication towards myself. And as well, I have it trickling down towards the relationship between myself and my divine masculine, and trickling down to family, to my children, to my children, and then I'm pregnant with his child. So to the children, to our whole entire family, being able to be connected on that spiritual plane, and being led and guided by the Spirit of God. And then I specifically have here, thank you. I just found this one, and I wanted to put on there because the attitude of gratitude, and AKA praise. You know, a lot of times what I do with this too, I set it up like this, and then I go into what the church will call like praise and worship. New Agers probably would call it the attitude of gratitude, and the emotions in which I exude helps to magnetize these things towards me. And I'm thanking God or the divine for these things in my life, as in acting as though they are, even though they're on the physical plane, not really in front of my face. Okay, so number 517. And the way how I come up with these numbers is with this specific number right here, it's more so like I was seeing this number sequence, and I was getting a feeling when I would see it. And then so I asked God, what does that mean? And then it was associated with home. And so that's how this came about when I manifested the home. Now I want to manifest it for it to look a certain way. I want it to look and feel a certain way. And that's the reason why I still have it over here for this month, because I'm working on manifesting the way how I want my home to look and the way how I want it to feel. Okay, and let me see. Specifically, let me find another number. Okay, so with this number right here, actually 148. And what it is actually, I was, this is before the house had burned down, and I was actually doing a lot of my prayer, AKA manifestations, in the shower. That's where, like, you know, where I would, you know, do my prayer, AKA manifestations. Okay, whatever. And so I will also go over that technique too. And so I had a vision of 14,888. And that is specifically, it was deposited into an account. And that was a vision that I had. And so Has it happened as of yet? No, not yet. But however, I know it will. Some way, somehow. So with that number, God specifically showed it to me in a vision. Okay. And so 5-star rating, this whole area right here, I sort of have them clustered a little bit. It deals with my whole career and how work in your sanctuary. So my sanctuary will be my home. And I still have a problem with saying the word home. Just because I was, sort of kind of like not placed. I was sort of kind of like bouncing around a little bit. And so I say nest sometimes instead of like home. But anyways, like, so I want to work from home. I want to do ministry, like things like this, full time, and starting to lead, not just divine ones, but you have like entrepreneurs, you have women as well as men, you have other people. We're here to actually be beacons of light and helping each other manifest. And so that's what I want to do full time, and that's what helping people. And I do use the modality of tarot as a tool, and then these are tools as well. So doing different things to help teach and help each other, and passing on the information that's given to me. Okay, so these are the different goals associated with the business, aka ministry, all right here. And then this is sort of like personal, like let me slide it up a little bit. I have sort of kind of like fallen off of really doing my smoothies, my shakes, my teas and all that, because I've been traveling so much and been so busy working. But once I start to settle into this type of mode, which I'm really want to manifest full-time ministry, aka full-time business, and then I want to get back on my whole health type of thing. Eating differently, feeding my soul, actually allowing my soul to feed me, actually. So that's in reverse, but anyways. Okay. And so this is all like the entrepreneur, like personal type of stuff over here. I have like, of course, what I went over with the home, and then with love. This whole is like the little cluster of love. And so here, let's see here. Let me move it up. So of course I have like this image right here of my children. Yeah, you notice like the hue difference. Although I'm so willing to adopt children, I actually thought I would adopt children before I had children. But anyways, like my babies, my little angels, and showing unconditional love. Unboxed love, and making memories, family, familia. And this is the number specifically for me that deals with number 333 is about unconditional love. Okay. And I want that, being exuded and shared between myself and my children and my divine masculine. And then from there permeating out to other branches of family, even soul family. And then I have the number 555, which is for me specifically. I want to also activate this. Well, it's already activated, but continue it and strengthen that energy amongst my family. And that's the number for for divine grace and mercy and divine judgment. So knocking down the human judgment and being judgmental in the way in which how we raise our children and even communicate with each other, that it's change. This is also the number of change too. And then 1024 is actually the number that God gave me. Actually, this is when my divine masculine, we didn't have contact for like about 3 weeks, and then we had contact, and then that's when it wasn't a good experience. It wasn't the best experience, but however, it led me to this ministry because I was lollygagging. And so, God really did talk through the whole situation. But anyways, one of the things that God showed me was the number 1024, and the number 1024, 2018, 1024 specifically. It may or may not be an actual date. but it more so, it feels like sometimes with the number sequences, like people may take it like the 717 portal, they may take it actually literally as a date, and some people it may be a date. However, this is more so like about an energy, and this is like the energy of being in divine union, and this is the number specifically associated between myself and my divine masculine as far as our divine union. And then I have this little quote right here: don't look back in anger, you know, because everything is about this, about unconditional love, also about divine change, divine grace and mercy. That's what it all stands for. So there's no need to look back in anger. You know, I have to say this because I wanted to say this before this came to me before, when people would say, well, if I knew then what I know now, things would be different. It wouldn't be different. Yeah, because the thought process pattern would have still been the same. Plus, two is not to actually be stuck in the past or in the future. It's more so to be stuck in the present and to move forward. And everything is like about a lesson, etc., etc. So wanted to throw that out there. And so you guys heard me mention this before. 720 is my divine masculine's birth date. And that was one of the first like number sequences I started to see once I found out about twin flame. Although he was the reason why I found out about it, because of the strong connection that I felt the pull between us two. And I couldn't explain it, and that's what caused me to look up, what in the world? I looked up the symptoms as if it is a sickness or something. And then lo and behold, the twin flame. Okay, and so let me see here. And that's pretty much, you know, how the way I've set it out. I set mines up. And the reason why I think that this is good, because this keeps you engaged. So I'm just going to do some examples here. Okay, so you can see how much I filled out over here compared to over here. But anyways, taking the energy to put into actually going through magazines or even images online, etc., and putting the emotions all into doing all of this. First off, and doing it, I think you should do it every month because it keeps you connected. You can have an overall vision board for your year, but I think that this is a better, yeah, I would say maybe a better tool, because it keeps you engaged every single month. You know, like, okay, what did I manifest last month? Okay, I can look back and see I manifested this and I manifested that, etc. I can look back just a couple pages back and see, and then, okay, this is what I'm going to manifest this month, and then you can continue on. So it keeps you constantly engaged. But as well too, look what I can do. I carry it around with me. Sometimes when I'm riding in my car, I open it up and I just have it on the passenger side seat, and it's just there with me riding around like, hey, what's up? But no, you know, sometimes if I'm just sitting in the car, in between breaks or something like that, I have this opened up. When I come into the house, I may have it sitting up like this, just as a visual. So it's like something mobile that you can take with you all the time. Okay, so that's the reason why I think this is good. You know, to keep you well engaged. Every day, actually. I know that when you're in your house and you have like a vision board like up on your wall, that's good. You're passing by it, it's in your home. But that's the thing, it's in your home. But what about when you're away from home? Like some people do actually take photos of their vision board and they put it on their phone. I do have a specific one on my phone that's completely different from this one that I did just like digitally on my phone. Okay, so this is one thing. And I'll do another video, you know, continuously. So here, okay. This I actually started this after I met my divine masculine. Yeah, he has activated so much stuff. And so this is actually initially in the beginning of this started off as me journaling my dreams that I had, the experiences that him and I had. And it was pretty much actually honestly centered more so around us, our relationship, a couple things about, you know, spirituality and my little notes. This is before I even started this channel. And this is when I started to really work with the 613 energy. And let's see here. Okay. All right. So that's a dream that I had about him and I. Well, anyways, okay. So I'm going to actually skip forward to maybe it's been a couple weeks now. And so I stumbled upon this video. I have heard of this technique maybe once or twice, and it's called scripting. And it's in which you may take, and there's different like ways of how you can do it. You can do this for the year. You can do it as a letter and send it to yourself. You can do it as an email it to yourself. You can do it day in and day out. What I have been doing, and which this has been a really good technique, is that in the morning time when I wake up, I put on like some motivational, well, I wouldn't say really motivational. It's a little different. Like what they would call like spiritual awakening type of videos. Like one person I've been on like a little bit lately is Jake Ducey, and he speaks about like the law of attraction and stuff like that. Now I don't necessarily agree with all of what he's saying, but for the most part, I'm like, thumbs up, dude. And then you are creators like Justin from there, like his videos and stuff like that, I really enjoy listening to. And so I'll put on some, once again, also let me say, I don't necessarily agree with every single thing that they say, but for the most part, it's like really good. And I suggest you guys go look them up, because that will help break down the mental frame in which you are operating out of, just to help like give you a different way of how to look at things. And so if you still want to go back to the old way how you look at things, that's okay, but at least you have that information. Well, I wouldn't say necessarily okay, but it's you know. But anyways, okay. All right, so I put on like a video like that, and then I'll put the date, like the date. Let's just say it is, oh well, that's way back, but anyway, let's say that it is September, what is it going to be, September 5th. And so I wake up in the morning, I put that on September 5th. I put that that date on there, and then I start to write out how the way I want my day to go. Okay, and this I do two things. Like one thing is that you could write like it's like further off into the future. This will be more so like of a larger type of project of all the things you want to manifest within that year or within the next couple of years. And you're speaking in the present tense, like as if you were writing an actual journal entry, because it is a journal entry. But specifically what I do day in, like at the beginning of the day, is I write for that specific day. And then I say, well, this is the way how I want my day to go. And then another thing I just incorporated was writing 5 things that I currently have that I'm grateful for. And then 5 things that I, am trying to manifest that I am grateful for. Because what happens is that you're sort of like putting yourself in that mindset. Because you know, when you may be, you know how people would say like, oh, I want to get this, I want to get that in my life, I want to have this in my life, but they don't really have, you know how they say act as if you already have it. But it's a level of them that doesn't believe that they will have it, and they feel like they're lying to themselves. So therefore, it's like when they're writing it or when they're saying it like affirmations or something, that it's like a level of them that's throwing them off on a certain level. And so therefore, it's hard for them to manifest what they really desire because of the fact that they don't really believe it. And so that's the reason why you will write 5 things in which you really already have. Like, I'm grateful that I have a home. I'm grateful that I have food to eat. I'm grateful that I'm protected, etc. You know, 5 things, at least 5 things. And then you will go into like, oh, I'm so grateful that I'm married to my divine masculine and we have, you know, the best time every day. I'm so grateful that I have I make $1,000 a day and I have 100,000 subscribers, etc., etc. Because it puts you in that same type of energy. So if you've already mention things that you already tangibly have, and then it puts you in that energy to flow into like the things in which you want to manifest to yourself. So those are the things I've been doing. And so like how the way my days have been going when I do this technique, actually they go pretty much how the way I listed off. Like for example, when I go to work, I want to have I want to have positive interactions, which I usually do anyway. I want to have long breaks, and then squirts, or not squirts, but chunks of work, and then long breaks, and whatever else, you know. And then that's what happens. That's what happens. Some way, somehow, it's like I end up having an extra long break. And so I wanted to just jump on real quick. I know this book look all nasty, so because I carry this thing. Actually, this is when I got this a little bit after the house had burned down, and it was initially just to journal things with, you know, for my divine masculine and all that stuff like that, between us and dreams and all that stuff like that. And so I would carry it around, and you see this juice and all that stuff all over it, because I carried this thing around with me. But anyways, you guys, I just wanted to hop on real quick. I know this is sort of kind of long, and just to show you guys some things of how you can start to manifest things in your life, because that's part of being a divine one. Is how can you be a divine one but not doing anything divine? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that tangible things are everything, but what I'm saying, though, even just with things like love and balance and stuff like that, if you want to have that in your life, you can use these different types of techniques to draw and magnetize that to you. And so this is part of our journey, our journey. We are freedom fighters, and we're here to bring freedom to ourselves as well as to others. And we are also manifestors. Like manifestors, we're manifesting freedom. Like how free are you when you are a slave to a job that you're not in alignment with? I'm not saying you wouldn't feel like you're a slave if you are working at a job or have a business in which you feel very abundant in all types of ways. Like you can't wait to wake up and start to do it. You know, you feel well balanced, you have like a good family life, etc. But many of us, you know, some of us, we did not come from that type of example, and that's the reason why we're divine ones, because we experience both. We experience lack, so therefore we can manifest abundance, and we can therefore pass that on to others. Okay. And so this is the reason why I will start to do more teachings and stuff on like how to manifest in your life. And then we will also, you know, share our manifestation stories. Like even if you find $5 on the ground, that's $5 more that you did not have before. And it's like that's like someone working, like, what is minimum wage? I don't know what minimum wage is. Like, let's say that's like half of an hour of minimum wage, I suppose. I don't know. But, you know, you think about it like that. And so, you guys, if you could, like, share and subscribe, hit the like button, and then, you know, like, leave a comment in some of the manifestation techniques that you use or that you have heard of, and then we can start to share those techniques and explore, you know. And also too, the more likes and comments that the video gets, the more that YouTube will push the information so that it can reach more divine ones and more, you know, individuals, period, because we are also here to help others too. That's part of our mission. And you can also find my services listed down below, as well as the 613 Higher Knowledge, Higher Wisdom, energetic exchange, also known as a donation. You can find that link down below. And I thank you guys that have purchased the different readings and services, as well as that have donated to the ministry. I really do appreciate it, and many blessings to you guys. And I will talk to you guys later. All right, peace. Oh, you guys, I just wanted to take a quick moment just to mention the winner of the free animal energy read is actually Miss How Sexy, and you can check out her Instagram page, as well as she is a member of YouTube, as well as a member of the DeVine family. So go check her page out, and also go check out her Instagram page.